Bones are not stone. They are living tissue that remodels itself every day. Even after 60, bones listen closely to what you do, what you eat, and how you rest. They respond to gentle stress by growing stronger, and they relax into weakness when life asks too little of them. The plan you are about to hear is not a crash project. It is a calm routine that mixes weight-bearing movement, reasonable strength work, balance practice that prevents falls, and simple food that brings the minerals and protein bones quietly expect. If you were told that your bones are fragile, let this be the counterstory. They remain adaptable, and small daily choices can shift their future. Think of bone as a neighborhood under constant renovation. There are builders and there are cleaners. The builders add new mineral and protein scaffolding. The cleaners remove old, damaged sections so fresh material can take their place. Hormones, movement, sleep, and nutrition influence how busy each team is and how well they coordinate. Too little motion, too little protein, and too many long-seated days tip the balance toward loss. Restore movement, support protein, add light impact where appropriate, and sleep on a steady schedule, and the teams synchronize again. This is why the basics work. Bones want predictable signals more than they want dramatic ones. Start with movement because that is the signal bones understand without translation. When your feet meet the ground and your muscles pull on your skeleton, cells inside the bone sense tiny strains and send messages that say, reinforce here. Walking becomes a daily letter to your hips and spine. Stairs add a signature. A short session with a resistance band writes your name in bold. You do not need a gym or a heroic plan. You need regular invitations that bones can rely on. Brisk walking feels simple, but it is the anchor for many people. Walk tall, eyes forward, arms swinging comfortably. If a neighborhood hill makes you cautious, choose a park path or a track with even ground. On days when you feel strong, include a few minutes at a slightly faster pace. On gentler days, keep the pace easy and enjoy the rhythm. The point is consistency. For many, a morning walk sets posture for the day and delivers a small dose of cheerful energy that makes the rest of the plan easier to keep. Bones also appreciate the polite tug of muscles during strength practice. Simple movements send clear messages. Standing up from a chair with control, pressing away from a wall and drawing elbows back against a band remind thighs, hips, and the back of the shoulders to participate. Muscle is not decoration, it is protective gear for bones. When muscles share the work, loads spread through the skeleton more kindly, balance improves, and awkward slips become recoveries instead of falls. Choose a level that feels steady rather than risky, and progress by adding a repetition here and there when a movement becomes easy. Light impact can be useful when it is safe for you. A few firm heel drops, tiny hops on a forgiving surface, or an energetic step up onto a low stair introduce a brisk signal that bones notice. If your joints are not fond of impact or if your clinician has advised against it, you can still build excellent strength and steadiness without leaving the ground. The theme is not daring. The theme is communication. Bones respond to the language of load, and there are many dialects you can speak comfortably. Balance training is the unglamorous hero of bone health. Fewer falls mean fewer fractures, and good balance is trainable at any age. Practice near a counter so you can hover a hand above it. Stand on one foot for a few slow breaths, then switch sides. As confidence grows, turn your head gently side to side or close your eyes for one breath. These quiet minutes fire up the inner ear, the small muscles of the feet and ankles, and the brain maps that keep you upright when life throws you a surprise. Posture sets the tone for how forces travel through the spine and hips. Imagine the back of your head lifted by a string, ribs floating over the pelvis, shoulders resting low. When you lift groceries, hinge at the hips and keep the load close, using both hands. When you sit, support your feet and let your shoulders relax onto the table rather than hunch forward. These small, repeatable positions reduce the daily wear that accumulates when gravity and chairs invite you to fold inward. Food does not build bone by magic, but it provides the raw materials without which the builders have nothing to work with. Protein matters because bone is not only mineral, it is also a protein matrix that minerals lock into. Many people after 60 quietly undereat protein. Bring it back with eggs, plain yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, chicken, beans, lentils, tofu, and tempeh. Including a calm portion of protein at each meal helps bones, helps muscles, and steadies appetite. Calcium gets the headlines, and for good reason, but it does not need to arrive from only one food group. Dairy foods like yogurt and milk are convenient sources for many, but leafy greens, canned salmon with bones, tofu prepared with calcium, almonds, sesame, and fortified plant milks also contribute. Instead of counting milligrams at every meal, design a week that regularly includes these foods, and let repetition do the accounting for you. Vitamin D supports calcium absorption and participates in other processes that keep bone remodeling on track. Sunlight on skin helps your body make it, but seasons, latitude, and individual differences matter. If you spend most of your time indoors or cover up when outside, discuss vitamin D with your clinician and ask whether checking your level makes sense for you. A personalized plan is more reliable than guessing. The goal is enough, not as much as possible. Vitamin K has a quieter reputation, but it plays a role in guiding minerals to the right places. Leafy greens like kale, spinach, and chard bring generous amounts along with friends like magnesium and folate. Olive oil and avocados help your body absorb these fat-soluble nutrients. A bowl of greens with beans and olive oil offers a compact, delicious package of bone-friendly signals. Magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and trace minerals round out the materials list. Whole grains such as oats and barley, nuts and seeds, beans and lentils, and colorful vegetables bring what bones appreciate. Hydration matters here too. Bones live in a body that performs chemistry better when fluids are steady. If plain water bores you, add slices of citrus or a branch of mint and keep a glass where you can see it. Alcohol and smoking deserve a clear word. Frequent drinking works against deep sleep and can interfere with the balance between bone building and bone cleaning. If you drink, keep it modest and pair it with food. Tobacco harms vessels and bone, and making a plan to stop pays dividends across your entire health. Help exists in many forms, and every smoke-free day favors stronger bones. Sleep looks passive, but bones use the night to manage hormones and repair. A steady lights down time, dim lamps in the last hour, and a cool, quiet bedroom are practical tools. If you snore loudly, wake unrefreshed, or notice frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom, mention it at your next visit. Treating sleep problems often helps energy, mood, and bone-friendly routines during daylight. Kitchen habits set you up for success without a lot of thought. Keep washed greens at eye level, yogurt within reach, canned beans in the front row, and olive oil and lemon together for fast flavor. Roast a tray of vegetables on a quiet afternoon and cook a pot of beans or lentils. With these in the fridge, a balanced plate appears in minutes. Convenience that serves your bones beats convenience that argues with them. A sample day can show how this fits into normal life. Breakfast might be oats cooked with milk or fortified plant milk, topped with walnuts and berries. Lunch could be a big salad with mixed greens, cherry tomatoes, chickpeas, olive oil, and lemon, with a slice of whole grain bread. Dinner might be baked salmon or tofu, a tray of roasted vegetables and barley or sweet potato. A short evening stretch and a consistent lights down complete the day. Fall prevention belongs in a bone plan because bones care about how you land more than how you push. Clear walkways at home, add night lights down the hall, and secure small rugs with non-slip liners. Wear shoes that support you rather than slippers that fold underfoot. Practice turning on lights before you move into dark rooms. A single avoided stumble is a major win, and the habits that prevent falls are easy to keep once you set them up. Hands and wrists need attention if you enjoy gardening, crafts, or music. Warm them before tasks, use larger handled tools, and take brief breaks to circle wrists and stretch fingers. For knees and hips, respect alignment when you bend and stand. Knees track over the second toe. Hips hinge rather than the back rounding. These small alignment cues, repeated thousands of times, become the quiet language of joint preservation. Spine care is its own chapter in the book of bone health. Avoid heavy, rounded back lifts from the floor. When you pick up a laundry basket, hinge at the hips, keep the load close, and use legs and hips to stand. When you tie your shoes, bring the foot up to you on a bench or step instead of folding your spine forward. A spine asked to live in gentle curves rather than sharp bends thanks you with fewer protests. Medication questions belong to your clinician, but there is a lifestyle pairing that matters. If you are offered treatment, it usually works best when matched with daily movement, protein-forward meals, and fall prevention habits. Bring clear notes to visits, how you are moving, what you are eating, and any changes in balance or comfort. Care becomes a partnership when you arrive with information from your own life. Sunlight is both a mood lift and a biology cue. A few minutes of morning light helps your body clock find its rhythm and make sleep more cooperative at night. If your skin is sensitive or your climate is intense, you can still enjoy the light for its clock-setting effect while protecting your skin as advised. When evenings arrive, softer lamps at eye level tell the brain that night is near, which serves the bone-friendly work that happens after you fall asleep. Grocery trips are easier with a gentle template in mind. Head first to the produce section and choose colors you will actually eat. Add beans, lentils, and whole grains for the pantry. Pick a yogurt you like, a carton of milk or fortified plant milk, and a protein you look forward to cooking. Keep salt modest and lean on herbs, spices, citrus, and olive oil for flavor. Your cart becomes a preview of the week your bones will live in. Restaurant meals can cooperate with your plan. Order water first and let it arrive before decisions. Look for grilled, baked, or roasted options, and ask for vegetables to take up more of the plate. If bread arrives, enjoy a small piece with olive oil and then move the basket. Share a rich dish or bring half home. A short stroll after dinner helps digestion and balance the books on a celebratory night. Travel tempts routines to wander, so make them portable. Pack a light resistance band, a refillable bottle, and a short list of friendly foods you can find almost anywhere. Yogurt, fruit, salads, simple sandwiches on whole grain bread. When you arrive, take a few minutes to walk the hallway or the block. Do a set of gentle strength moves by the desk and stretch before bed. Trips become kinder to bones when your habits travel with you. Hydration seems like a small matter until you notice the difference it makes in energy, focus, and the ease of movement. Keep a glass where you read and another by the sink. Pour water first at meals. Herbal tea in the evening becomes both hydration and ritual. Joints and tissues perform their work more gracefully when fluids are steady. Weight that gathers around the middle puts extra load on hips and knees and can influence hormones that bones listen to. You do not need a dramatic plan to address it. Steady meals that feature vegetables and protein, short daily walks, and 2 or 3 strength sessions each week shift energy balance without picking a fight with your appetite. Small changes add up because biology is patient and consistent patterns are persuasive. Some days you will feel powerful and capable. Others will feel stiff and reluctant. The routine honors both. On generous days, add a little challenge to your walk or 1 extra repetition in your strength set. On stubborn days, shrink the target, move gently, and keep the habit alive. Bones adapt to the average of your days, not to the single best one. If you use a cane or a walking stick, treat it as a tool of independence. A properly fitted cane makes longer walks possible and safer, which means more of the bone-friendly signals reach your hips and spine. Hold it in the hand opposite the side that feels weaker and step with the cane and the affected leg together. A physical therapist can check your setup in a few minutes and improve months of comfort. A friendly home layout supports bones the way a good shoe supports a foot. Keep often used items between hip and shoulder height to avoid repeated deep bending or high reaching. Use a stable chair with arms where you put on shoes. Place a cushioned mat where you stand the most, like by the kitchen sink. These choices reduce random stresses that add up over a week and make the rest of your plan easier to enjoy. Evening routines matter because bones do their quiet work while you sleep. Dim lights, a short stretch, a warm shower, and a gentle book become a repeatable pathway. Screens belong to earlier hours. Their bright light tells the brain it is noon. A cool room with soft bedding invites deeper rest. You do not need a perfect night to benefit. You need a pattern that shows up often enough for your biology to trust it. If you enjoy structure, build a simple weekly rhythm. Alternate days of walking and light strength, so tissues have time to adapt. Add a longer balance session twice a week and a gentle mobility routine most evenings. Keep one day as a reset day when you prepare vegetables, cook a pot of beans, and plan your main meals. Routines that repeat with small variations are the ones that last. If structure feels restrictive, design your environment instead. Put your shoes by the door, your resistance band where you will see it from your favorite chair, and your water glass in the place your hand reaches first. Wash greens and place them in a clear container so color greets you when you open the fridge. You are not relying on motivation. You are lowering friction. Monitor progress in gentle ways. Notice whether rising from a chair feels easier, whether stairs require fewer pauses, and whether your posture holds with less effort at the end of the day. If you track with notes, write 1 line each evening about movement, meals, and sleep. Clues accumulate and help you adjust without guesswork. When advice online becomes noisy, return to the basics that almost every professional agrees on. Move most days. Eat a variety of plants with a calm portion of protein. Keep alcohol modest. Protect sleep. And practice balance. These are the timeless notes your bones recognize. Everything else is arrangement. If you and your clinician discuss bone density testing or treatment, arrive with questions written down and a clear sense of your routine. Ask how movement, nutrition, and sleep support the plan. Ask when to recheck and how to judge progress. You will leave with next steps that fit your life instead of a list that sits in a drawer. There will be seasons when life feels heavy and your plan gets lighter. Let those seasons be temporary by keeping one anchor, perhaps the daily walk or the evening stretch or vegetables at half the plate. Anchors keep the boat near shore during wind, making it easier to sail again when calm returns. Joy is not separate from bone health. Dancing in the kitchen counts. Gardening counts. A walk with a friend counts twice because connection calms the nervous system and calm bodies repair better. Choose activities that make you forget you are exercising. The best plan is the one that feels like living rather than like penance. Some people notice that cold weather stiffens joints and makes outdoor walks less inviting. On those days, warm the body with a brief shower, do a few minutes of marching in place, and use an indoor loop. Your bones do not care whether the scenery is a park or a hallway. They care that you ask them to participate. Your kitchen can make a steady week nearly automatic. Keep a jar of vinaigrette ready, a container of roasted vegetables, and a pot of beans. Add yogurt and fruit for quick breakfast and nuts in small cups for easy snacks. When helpful options are the fastest ones, your plan survives busy days and travel days without drama. If stairs make you nervous, practice them on purpose on a safe day with a hand on the rail. Step up and down slowly, feeling the whole foot contact the surface. Pause at the landing and breathe. Over time, stairs return to being corridors rather than cliffs, and the confidence you gain shows up in every other place you move. Celebrate small wins. The first week you meet your walk goal, mark it. The first time you feel taller at the end of the day, notice it. Buy a new spice, call a friend, or put a small star on a calendar. Brains remember victories when you give them a little ceremony, and bones enjoy the habits those memories keep alive. If you carry the story that you are clumsy or that exercise is not your thing, consider setting that story down. Today's plan asks for presence, not perfection. It asks for gentle repetition, not talent. Bodies change in response to what they repeatedly do, and you are now repeating the behaviors that lead toward steadier steps and kinder scans. When you encounter conflicting claims about superfoods or miracle routines, ask a practical question. Will I still be doing this on an ordinary Tuesday 3 months from now? If the answer is yes, it might be useful. If the answer is no, return to the basics that you can keep through holidays, weather, and mood. Bones invest in habits the way gardeners invest in seasons, patiently and with an eye on the long view. Finally, remember that strength at this stage of life is not about lifting the heaviest object in the room. It is about lifting your own life with ease. It is about carrying groceries without fear, stepping off curbs with confidence, standing tall when you speak to someone you love, and sleeping in a body that feels supported. Give your bones consistent reasons to grow. Feed them the materials they need, and rest them well. They will answer in their slow, reliable way. Imagine a week where each day carries a small anchor. Monday begins with a brisk block walk that puts your hips on notice that they matter. Tuesday brings a short strength practice by the kitchen counter. Wednesday keeps the balance ritual near the hallway. Thursday repeats the walk with a slightly quicker middle. Friday sets posture with a doorway chest opener. Saturday gives you a garden visit. Sunday prepares vegetables and rests well. The exact days are less important than the feeling of a gentle rhythm that makes sense to your bones.